The Big Ten is chocked full of talent. Literally, I'm going to go over my top 10 Big Ten prospects going into the season. And the top 10 consists of, well, they're in my top 56, which is only beaten by the SEC, which has a ridiculous amount of talent. We're actually going to see why the Big Ten, well, continues to pump out such great talent. And Ohio State's a big reason for that. But what's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know so. Go ahead, become a bro, and subscribe. Leave that thumbs up if you enjoy the content, and let me know in the comments section below if you agree, if you disagree, if there's any guys you think should have been on the list. That's always fun. Check out my top 300 prospects. If you're looking for a big board, it's a real early big board, but I wanted to show y'all at least the guys that I've watched thus far, and some of the guys maybe y'all need to keep an eye out going into the season. But let's go ahead, start with the top of the list being Tyler Linderbaum. I'm a sucker for this cat. I know, offensive interior, especially center, it's not the sexiest of positions, but for me, I think Linderbaum, he really is like, I would equate to Jason Kelce. I think he could be that type of undersized offensive interior lineman. He could be that productive. The dude's just so athletic. There's really no matching his feet, how quick he is, how quick his hands are, how great he is at using those hands. I know some people bring up, oh, well, he really does get knocked back at times. He's got the weak anchor at 289, but I think it's a lot better than what you'd expect from a guy that's sub 300, especially if he can get to that 300, then it really is a watch out. I'm not saying that this guy's going to have like Quentin Nelson stock again, because the size concerns, they're real, man. They're real. It's just, I think he has a better chance at overcoming that. Like a lot of people last year, Liam Eichenberg was a lot of people be like, oh, he's like a Mitchell Schwartz. He could overcome his limitations as an athlete. Well, for me, Linderbaum is, again, Jason Kelce that can overcome his limitations at his weight. So big fan of his game. Number 2, I got Brandon Joseph. No Ohio State prospect yet. But Brandon Joseph, dude, it's just a guy with his type of movement skills, his type of range is rare. I'm a sucker for range. Some people be like, well, your safeties, they got to tackle, or your out boundary corners, they need to be able to tackle. Nah, dude, the most important thing is coverage with that stuff. I don't care about if you could tackle, if you could cover in a passing league, then shoot, you're on the squad. You're probably the starter. But the great thing about him, he only has a 10.5% missed tackle rate. Granted, what we've seen of him was only last year, but keep in mind, this guy was a redshirt freshman last season. He's going to be only a redshirt sophomore next year. This guy is there in terms of his explosiveness and just how he was utilized last year at Northwestern. He took almost 188 snaps deep with 157 in the slot, and then 270 in the box. The guy was used everywhere in terms of production. The guy had 6 interceptions. I think that obviously will go down. Now teams aren't going to want to test him as much, but I love this dude's range. And then we start with our first Ohio State prospect being Garrett Wilson. I like Garrett Wilson a lot. He's probably currently my top wide receiver. It's kind of like a battle between 4 guys, really. I like it. Dude's a former 5-star recruit, comes from Ohio State, polished route runner. Who would have thought? He actually has some good after the catch ability. I think he can operate in the slot or on the outside, and the dude is just explosive at the top of his routes, man. He's explosive out of breaks. Shows that suddenness. He gets great separation. Yeah, he's currently my top wide receiver, but it's a close race between this other guy, Chris Olave, man. This guy's a burner. He's a speedster, and guess what? Just like every other Ohio State prospect, that's right, well, receiver prospect, he's a polished route runner, man. I do think he needs to put on a little bit more bulk because there are problems with him at the catch point, and I think mainly it's problems with him after contact, because this guy kind of just goes down after contact. I know when you get as much separation as Olave, when you get as much, when you're just have burners like Olave, you really don't worry about what they can do after contact, because typically they won't see contact. They're streaking down the field wide open. But still, it's something. For me, it's enough to be a bit of what separates him and Wilson for me. But it's real close, man. They're two very quality receivers. I got first round grades on both of them. And then number 5, Zach Harrison. Zach Harrison, honestly, could have the biggest fall of any of the prospects I got included here. Because, like, for me, it's there for him in terms of his physical profile, 6'6", 268. In terms of his length, his explosiveness, his overall athletic tools, I think he has it. He just needs to show a bit more polish, man. He really doesn't have a large amount of pass rush tools to pull from. He really relies on a very good bull rush. It's, again, the guy just needs to show polish. It'll be interesting to see how his win rate, if it goes down at all with this season. I doubt it will. Like, Ohio State, they pump out quality edge talent year in and year out. I think this year is going to be another case of that. It's just you can see the potential in this guy. You just wonder if he'll achieve it. He had a 24.6 pass rush win rate. That's ridiculous. Again, when you're this athletically and physically gifted, you're good. You're just good. Number 6, George Karlaftis out of Purdue. That's right. We got a Purdue prospect in here. Ooh, we watch out. This cat's real good. I don't know what to say about it. Like, I really feel like he's probably going to be an interior guy, 6'4", 275. Maybe like a 3-4 edge. So maybe at that 5 tech, sneak into the 3 tech. It's just because with him, like, power's his game. He likes to set the edge. He lacks a bit of length. He lacks the bend you'd like to see from these guys on the edge. But the way he produced as a pass rusher his freshman season, it was like, 55 pressures and 8 sacks. I kind of wonder, can he replicate that after a sophomore season where they had the shortened year, he was hurt, the shortened off season. So let's see how he bounces back this year, because I think his game translates well to the NFL. It's just one that I don't think is taken till day 2. I mean, like I said this about Rashad Weaver last year out of Pitt, and he's been dominating the preseason. He's been dominating practices and training camp. Who would have thought, man? It's just, again, his game just translates well to a nice, long NFL career. So let's keep at Purdue, right? With number 7, David Bell. I'm a huge David Bell fan. Like, this cat is so great after the catch. He's so great at the catch. You just kind of wonder about his route run, just because Purdue, man, they're simplistic RPO type of offense. Hey, screen, slant, go. That's about all we got for you. But the dude's been very good at the contested catch. You've seen a part of that is because he can't separate too well, or at least he doesn't. But he really uses his body to create good windows for his receivers or for his quarterbacks. He's just very good at the contested catch, man. 30 contested catches over his career, 23 forced missed tackles. Hello. I'm a big fan. I like this cat a lot. I think he's going to be a really, really good day 2 target. I don't know if he can do enough, at least during the season, to elevate that to first round. I think a lot of that's going to be at the combine. So we'll see. But I'm a big fan of this cat's game. Number 8, Tyreke Smith, the other edge rusher at Ohio State. Yeah, he's great. He doesn't have the high-end traits, the elite traits that a guy like Zach Harrison does. But the production's just been there for him. He hasn't really played a ton of snaps because he's been using this rotation role. But the thing is, this guy's been a nightmare when on the field. He's just 22.3% pressure rate last year, 20.7% win rate last year, 33 pressures, 2 sacks. Great motor, just won't stop. I like the size, 6'4", 267. He's not very explosive. He doesn't have great get off on the line, but the dude possesses some good quicks, some good power. He can definitely control that line of scrimmage and occasionally get to the quarterback. Like, for me, he reminds me a lot of like a Brandon Graham. So I think that's actually a good comp. Holy crap, dude. And I don't like giving out comps, but I definitely think there's a bit of Brandon Graham in this cat's game. Aidan Hutchinson coming here in number 9. I talked a lot about George Karlaftis and how his game just kind of translates. Aidan Hutchinson's kind of the same thing. He's more of an edge setter. He likes to control the line of scrimmage. He's got very powerful hands. Probably one of the most deadliest push-pull moves you'll see in this class. I think he maybe has a bit better bend than Karlaftis, but not much. Much like Karlaftis, I think he's not really dependent on the scheme you put him in, but a guy that his skill set will just translate to success in the NFL. Number 10, man, Thayer Munford. Look at that. Half this list is Ohio State players. Who would have thought? They're carrying. They are the carry here. But Thayer Munford, he actually moves to left guard this year. I was surprised when someone pointed this out in the comments. So I don't know if I'll keep him in my tackle rankings, but I don't know. He was so elite at tackle last year. It's really surprising he didn't come out. I feel like he's a guy this is his peak. This is the climax. This is the player. This is what you see is what you're going to get at the NFL level. He's basically plug and play, ready to go, but I won't expect much more. I think this is the plateau of his skill set, because his athletic upside is not great. Honestly, I've been projecting this guy as a guard in the NFL the last couple of seasons, and last year happened. I was like, maybe he can stick to the outside. Maybe he can be a good tackle. But regardless, that's good versatility. The guy has a ton of starting experience. Again, the huge jump in development just tells me this guy is plug and play ready, and he will be a quality starter on the offensive line immediately. Just don't expect he won't have that huge ceiling like some of the other prospects in this class. Regardless, I'm a big fan, and that's it for the video. Go ahead and do that YouTube thing, and until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.